Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm BZ-74-1. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the tank that you can get in the luxury lounge. It is, of course, the Chinese Tier 9 Heavy, the BZ-74-1. So what is this tank like, and is it worth trying to get this tank? Of course, you do need 330,000 diamonds to be able to get this tank. That is an awful lot of money, plus resources, plus gold, or whatever else you've got, if you want to be able to get this tank. But like I said, is it actually worth it? So we're going to look at the stats, and then we are going to get into a game. So the turret armor on this thing is 223 millimeters. Not too bad, especially if you can angle. The same as your hull. Standard, it is 173, but of course, again, angled, you'll be able to get that a little bit higher. So not too bad on the armor profile there. Your damage per minute, your DPM is 2,241. In my opinion, that's kind of like standard for this kind of heavy tank. It's not known for its DPM. It's kind of standard, that DPM. The same as the reload, 12.31 seconds is, again, for this kind of heavy, it is kind of standard. Now your penetration is 254 on your APCR, 345 on your heat, and 70 on your HE. So yeah, I mean, switch to heat, you'll be able to pen just about anything. Now you've got a 460 alpha gun, which is not too bad. At least you can high roll most of the time. 390 on your heat and 580 on your HE. You've got an aim time of 3.4 and a dispersion of 0.308, which in fact is not actually that bad. And you do have 7 degrees of gun depression, which again is not that bad either. With a top speed of 45 kilometers per hour, also that is not bad either. So we're going to get into a game. Of course, we are running the Ice Dragon, I think it's called. Wrong one. The Ice, what is it called? The Ice Dragon Camouflage. Yeah, I mean, it looks fancy. It looks okay. Nothing too special. So let's get into a game, and then we are going to decide whether this tank is actually worth trying to get. Even if you don't spend money, even if you've got enough resources in your inventory to be able to get this tank. Now, straight off the bat, even before we've had the game, I'm gonna say no, it is not worth it, because that is an awful lot of stuff that you're gonna need to use to be able to get this tank. Like I said in my previous video, it is over 1 billion credits, maybe even more than that, to be able to get this tank just with credits. Now, of course, there are other ways. You don't have to just use credits. You've got boosters, you've got premium, you've got gold, and of course you do have credits and a few other things that you can. So you can, I suppose, split it, but I still think it is a bit too much for a mediocre tank. I don't think the tank is anything special. It's okay, it can do the job, it feels nice, but it's not special. It doesn't feel like it, you know, it doesn't feel anything too special. I can't think of what to say. It's like there's no oomph in the tank. Yes, it has decent armor, but other than that, like, yeah, for that much resources that you have to spend trying to get this tank, honestly, I really don't think it is worth it. Now, having said that, you can still do a job. You can still do a job, you can still perform, and you can still get damage in this tank, just like you can with any tank. I mean, there, yeah, not even 400 alpha. When we have a 460 like average roll, to get below 400 is kind of rare and quite annoying, to be fair, because that's over 60 alpha less than you should be doing. But you know, at least it wasn't anything like the low 300s. So we're going to push the T30 there, and we do get just above an average roll. And then we're just going to push into him because he has used his adrenaline, and he will probably reload before me. And I want to make it difficult. You know, my armor profile is nothing special, but I just want to make it difficult for him to be able to pen, and it actually worked. And I'd always say that, if you have nowhere to hide, if you have no hill to hide in, or or buildings or anything like that, just no matter what tank you're in, especially heavy tanks, just go face hug them or side hug them. Make it difficult, because if you're just sitting there in the open, they've got your whole tank to look at, so they will be able to easily penetrate you. Whereas if you're face hugging, especially if you're quite a low to the ground tank like this is, then they're only really going to be able to see the top of your armor and the top of your hull and your turret. And especially if you're wiggling as well, like, it will make it difficult for them. And the T-30, I mean, the T-30 is a fantastic tank, got all the penetration in the world, can penetrate just about anything, but even he could not penetrate me. So yeah, I mean, it was nice. It was a nice bounce. So always make it difficult. But then you get something like the T-34, give him easy options, and he will be able to penetrate you very, very easily. But at this point, yes, it's a 4 versus 3, but I do have the hit points to deal with these guys. And I would have been able to deal with him if it wasn't for the Object 752. So just 2 tanks left alive now. I'm only on 2,100 damage. It's kind of average, I think, in this tank. You're not going to get a massive amount of damage all of the time. And of course, here's the Scepter. Again, let's try and make it difficult for him. Now, the T-30 could not penetrate me, but this guy, I mean, yeah, we get a nice bounce there, and I suppose we are actually backing off. So, and he does penetrate me. So, but at this point, he's just a one shot, and we are going to be able to, first off, we bounce. What a stupid shot, but you know, we've got the hit points. It doesn't matter too much. So this game, we've actually blocked 1,260 damage. So you can see the armor profile can work. Don't rely on that armor profile. And like I said, if you do find yourself in the middle with nowhere to go, then just drive up to the tank, face hug them, wiggle about, and then you may be able to get bounces. You might not, but you've got more chance of getting bounces that way than you have just sitting in the open somewhere else. So, you know, not a bad game, I suppose, but overall, I think that was a pretty solid team, apart from the waffle at the bottom there, and even the enemy, to be fair, they actually did okay with their damage. So evenly spread damage, and of course, I did come out on top. But overall, it's an okay tank. You know, it is an okay. I wouldn't mind it if I had the resources. But the thing I look at now is, this is a tier 9 heavy tank. Would I play this tank over other tier 9s in the game? You know, probably not. Probably not. There's even probably tier 9 tech tree tanks that are better, the E75 and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, for the money that you're going to have to spend, or the resources that you're going to have to spend, I don't think it is worth that much money. Let me know what you think of the luxury lounge event. Let me know what you think of the BZ-74-1 in the comments below. But for now, hope this video helped. I'm Meadsy, and I will catch you all soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It costs absolutely nothing. So subscribe to the channel, please. Bye-bye for now.